Good morning. I hope you are well on this crisp morning. I'm out walking, and I just wanted to encourage you and remind you that Christ alone has given you a pure identity. He has charged you and given you and equipped you with an identity to be whole, to be pure in thought, motive, deed, action, to be pure in body, and to walk out the purpose and the calling whereunto He's called you. In Philippians 3, it talks about forgetting the things that are in the past and moving towards constantly the mark, the goal, hitting it, understanding that we're obtaining a heavenly prize, but the heavenly prize is also earthly because we're here on earth. So as we advance in the things of God and what He's called us to do, we obtain continual glory, continual levels of a prize, so to speak. So be encouraged. Get in a quiet place to begin to hear strategies and daily and instructions for what's your purpose? What's your calling? How do I hit my mark as I'm understanding my identity and choosing to walk out my God identity daily? So I'm going to pray. Father, I thank you for each and every person watching this video. I thank you that you're calling us higher. I thank you, Lord, that you are marking out, eradicating, arresting now every feeble spirit, every dumbfounding spirit, every double-minded spirit that would cause us to constantly look back and consider the former thing, but that we're pressing forward into the newness of what you've called us to. We're pressing forward in the newness of who you've called us to be. You were pressing forward in the new time and season, and that we would perceive and understand continually the new thing, the new thing, the new thing. And really, it's not the new thing sometimes, it's the old thing, because it's the last thing that He called us to do. But it's still new because we have yet to do it. So hear God in this moment, understanding, press forward, that you would illuminate our eyes towards the last thing you've called us to do, that we would pick up the plow and move daily towards strategically hitting our mark, Father, hitting our mark, Father, hitting our mark, Father, whether it's discipline in how we treat one another, discipline in how we eat, discipline in the way we think, discipline in ordering our home and keeping things neat and tidy and clean. Discipline, Lord. Discipline is big, but disciplining us. But discipline us enough to be ever mindful of the forward moving towards a mark. Daily benefits. You load us with your daily bread. You load us with your daily insight and wisdom and download. That we are not lost. We are not without hope. We are not without understanding. But daily we are practicing drills. I'm going to wrap this up, but I do need to share this analogy. And I hope everybody can hear it because the traffic is picking up out here. Whatever life experience that God has given you, let me see if I can get off the beaten path a little bit. Whatever life experience that God has given you to bring application to the words that He's saying this morning, utilize it. If you are an educator, if you are a policeman, if you have been in your life some type of athlete, no sportsmanship, if you're a professor, if you're a nurse, a psychologist, counselor, therapist, minister, musician, draw from the experiences to make it life applicable. For example, I played a little bit of sports, but I don't consider myself an athlete, but maybe I am at its simplest form. Nonetheless, I understand basic ideas of drill and practice and the need for repetition The need for a coach, the need for accountability, the need to understand how to get better and more precise at hitting the mark, right? We're talking about basketball, which is the goal. The goal is to drive the ball. Now I have players positioned on a team. Every person has a position. If you've ever played a position, whether it's offensive or defensive, you know that everybody is significant and you know how to play roles. If you've ever been a point guard, you know your goal is to drive the ball, to hit the goal. And we become better at that by seeing the end goal, seeing and envisioning ourselves at the end goal. Understand how to strategically, as a family now, understand this, my family are my teammates. How can we play for the win? How are we harmoniously as a team disciplined enough to play for the win? What's our end goal? Right? If I've been a point guard or understand by the Spirit of God how to play as a point guard, it makes sense. Because the more I practice disciplining my thoughts, disciplining my understanding of today, He's my source to execute, practice, hit my goal. My goal today may be get up, prepare my family for the day, make breakfast, lunch, dinner, wash clothes, go to work, come home, homework, whatever your goal is, visualize yourself with the end in mind. Understanding that things come, right? You know people are going to come and guard you. They're going to try to block that ball. And you might have to change your strategy because you know that there are plays. There's a play. There is a playbook. We understand that there's a playbook. But visualize yourself with the end goal, right? I'm sorry, I'm shaking. And begin to be disciplined in your practice and drill. So then, okay, now I got my play. I know my drills. I know how to hit a mark. I can now master this thing and walk in my greater level of authority as a point guard and slow the play down, right? I can slow it down. Or I can keep it as a hard press and speed it up. But I don't feel that I'm out here willy-nilly playing a game that I don't know any rules to, that I don't have any strategy for. And I'm just out here, just hitting buckets, and not hitting my mark. I see all that sun. It's so beautiful. But anyway, I hope that encouraged somebody, blessed you. Stay in the press. Keep the faith. Use these strategies to get you to the next level. Begin to say, Lord, I humble myself. And I know I was praying to Him, but I went back into applicable teaching because it was necessary. So God knows the heart of what I'm saying is all a prayer to Him, as it is a prayer for us. Not just you, but for me as well. And begin to ask Him to humble you daily enough to suit up, show up for the game of life, get on the court, and practice your drills. Practice pressing towards the mark and hit your mark. You're more than a conqueror. You were made to win. God bless you and have a great day.